Hey there, baseball fans. Nathan Rohde, Shooter Hunt, and Les Lukach here for State to the Nation of Southern California. Les, really appreciate you coming on today. Let's jump right into things, talking 2021 draft. California is known for shortstops, and they got a big-time guy this year, Marcelo Mayer.
Yeah, man, he's starting to look like he's starting to separate himself from the rest of the pack. I think he did that a little bit during scout ball, and I mean, he didn't play a lot early in the summer because of COVID. He didn't come to the pro case because of that, and didn't do a lot of stuff, out of state certainly. But man, the bat just continues to perform, and I mean, we already knew what the defense is, and I mean, look, that frame still has a lot of room to grow too. So I think that's adding a lot to the helium as well.
Yeah, he's certainly going to fill out. And I can remember watching him with you last a couple of years ago with a lot of hyped up 20s that he was behind. And we left the underclass area code saying, this Mayer kid is the dude. And he's only continued to get better. He's at East Lake. Keani Cavaca got plenty of looks as a first rounder. So he was sitting in front of him and was really good then. I'm sure the guys know where the parking lot is at East Lake, and they'll be headed out there a ton this spring.
Yeah, they
Let's
certainly
hope.
So, looking at an uncommitted guy in that 21 class, Les, you got Edgar Rosales. It sounds like he's a pretty good ball player, but an even better student.
Yeah, we've seen him quite a bit, and we've had him at a couple of events, and all he does is perform. And the bat really, really plays. He can play shortstop at probably a lower Division I level, or even a Division II level certainly. But if he doesn't play shortstop, he can certainly play second base where the tools will play up. And he's like a 4.6 GPA kid out at Long Beach Poly. They take school seriously there too, and it's a pretty impressive deal, man, with Edgar Rosales.
Excellent. Well, we'd be curious to see where he ends up landing. But looking at that 2022 class, you got Cutter Coffee. It sounds like there was some debate as to whether he would pitch or play shortstop. What do you think of him now, Les?
In fairness, we saw him the fall of his freshman year, and he pitched and he played shortstop, and you just really had no idea what he was going to do, and he looked more like a pitcher than he did a shortstop. But man, he proved this fall that he's all in on shortstop. I mean, he could certainly pick it. He could turn the double play. He's got the hands, the feet, and the bat. I mean, the bat really plays too.
Yeah, don't bury the lead there. That bat is what's going to carry him. I love the way he swings it. It's super athletic in the box. Hasn't been coached down. He just jumps on pitches. Looks like he's just picking it up in stick ball, works uphill. I think there's big power on the way. And the best thing about the SoCal kids, they're going to develop because they're facing big-time talent all the time, and you can play year-round, usually.
I like that Shooter just dropped a journalism reference. Attaboy. Looking at that 2023 class.
I had to set you up, Shooter.
So looking at that 2023 class, you got Duke Ekstrom, sophomore, committed to Vanderbilt. Clearly, we're looking at a pretty good ball player.
Yeah, another guy we've known about for a while, right? I mean, national team dude and all that. But I mean, he has the stuff the stuff has a chance to be elite, right? I mean, he still has things to work on. There's command issues. At times it can be spotty, but I mean, he has the stuff, the frame, everything to be an elite pitcher in his class in Southern California when it comes to, his turn to deal with the draft, obviously, in Vanderbilt.
Yeah, it's easy to bet on those Vanderbilt arms. They move real quick. They have the type of guy they want to go and get. And as his movement patterns become more secure and he becomes more comfortable with the way his long limbs are working, I think the velo is only going to increase. He's going to polish up, and then obviously that command is going to come around as he becomes more comfortable with it.
Excellent. And now looking at the freshman class to wrap things up here, 2024 and Matthew Champion. Checking your notes here on him, Les. There's a pretty stout pitching staff at J. Sarah, and this guy might be part of it.
Yeah, man, he's been upper 80s here this fall, and I mean, here's a guy. I got a text from Shooter last summer, I think it was. Hey, have you seen this Champion kid? He was playing in the 14U tournament here at Great Park, and I was like, well, I have not yet, but we've seen him plenty since, and the bat really plays too, Nathan, and it's just you have no idea which way it's going to go. It's a lot like coffee, right? Because the bat is real, the power is real, and then I mean, obviously he's up to upper 80s now on the bump too, and pretty good command of 3 pitches for a freshman.
Yeah, I like to let the back carry guys, especially early on, as far as you can, because it's so tough to find the position players. And we did see him. He was at Lake Point. I'm watching on a feed from the West Coast, and a lot of times you go in knowing the guys, didn't know who Champion was, but he made himself known with a hit almost every time he came up against some really good pitching. So he's at Jay Sarah. He's in the Trinity League. We're going to see him for 4 years. It's going to be awesome.
Excellent. Well, there you have it. A good look around Southern California at some top prospects from each class. So, Les, thank you for sharing all that information. But as always, for Shooter Hunt, I'm Nathan Rohde and Les Lukach. This was State to the Nation. Until next time, we'll see you guys at the ballpark.